Hi, I'm GNT and I'm here with Simon Scher.
Hello.
All the way from over the pond.
America, Massachusetts.
And today, what knowledge are you going to share with the audience?
Well, one of the questions that people ask me the most, because I'm pretty flexible, is how do you kick straight up? How do you do a 180 side kick? I get this from people who can't do a split yet, from people who are already super flexible and yet are confused because they can't get their leg that high and hold it there. So I was going to go through some drills and stretches to help you achieve a 180-degree side kick.
Yeah, and by the sounds of things, it's going to cater from beginners all the way to advanced already to give you those extra little improvements. If you already are doing vertical side kicks, I'm sure he's going to give you some little tips to make it even better. If you're a beginner, he's going to show you drills that will help you out and eventually achieve a 180 side kick.
Yeah. So the first thing I want to talk about is gaining the flexibility to be able to do a 180-degree side kick. And then we're going to talk about developing the strength to get it there. So balance is of course important. Strength in the flexible position. Even if you can hold your leg here for a long time, holding your leg there and holding your leg there are very different things. They utilize different muscle groups. So, and the flexibility is very important as well to be able to get there. And one cool thing about the 180-degree side kick that a lot of people don't think about is to be able to really hold it up there, you have to be able to go a little bit past 180. Because once you get to the 180, if your leg is being pulled down, if at that point your muscles are really tense, then it's going to be much harder to hold it and it's going to throw off your balance. So you need a lot more flexibility, a little bit more flexibility than 180 degrees, like 185 or 183, to be able to actually hold the kick up there and utilize it really effectively. So now we're going to go into a split position. Now this split position isn't necessarily going to get you into a 180-degree side kick. Yes, I'll be able to get higher if these muscles are flexible, but it's actually the muscle with my hip turned over this way that enables me to get the kick up so high. So it's not just the inner thigh, but the back of the hamstring and the gluteus muscle here. So we're going to stretch in this position. This split right here is going to get me further in my 180 than just the center split or the front split. So if I go here, you need to relax the muscles so that they'll stretch further, so that your muscle fibers, your sarcomere sections can expand and get past and adapt to their new lengths. To stretch, you need to relax the muscle. If I'm here and I'm tense, then I'm not going to be able to gain that flexibility. I need to be in this position and be relaxed. That's why holding the stretch like this with these muscles tensed isn't going to get you there. You need to relax them. So put the hands on the floor. I like to sit on either side of this leg and let the muscles relax. Breathing is very important as well. You need to breathe deeply to relax the muscles. As soon as you hold your breath, your muscles are going to contract. And if your muscles contract, they're not going to stretch. They're going to rip. So as I'm stretching here, I'm breathing deeply, keeping my weight on my hands and relaxing the muscles. Consciously relaxing them. And you'll slowly go further, and it could take weeks or months to improve that flexibility. But going into the split in this position is a very important way to start. So you will not be able to do a 180-degree split, 180-degree kick until you can get into this position right here. So the hip turned over, one toe up, one toe sideways. So this is the first stage to work towards, and it takes some time and some commitment. If you do it one day and then skip 2 days, you're going to lose some ground that you gained. So make sure you practice every day, not necessarily for like an hour every day, but do the stretch for at least 30 seconds to 2 minutes every day. Okay, so once you get into that position, like I said before, you need a little bit more than 180 to be able to hold that stretch position, that kick position, so the muscles aren't tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into that stretch, but this time one leg is going to be on a pad, so I'm going into a slight side kick position over split. So I'm going to put my foot here in the center, extend the leg out, this foot's up, this foot's sideways. I'm going to slide out, and let's say you manage to get a full split so you're here. Same thing as before, you need to relax the muscles, breathe deeply, and stretch down. I published a video not long ago on PNF, or proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation stretching, so you can trick the spindle into releasing by triggering the Golgi tendon organ. So you can use that method here as well. In short, basically what you do is you contract the muscle once you feel the stretch. Hold it for about 10 seconds, and then when you consciously breathe and release that muscle, you're going to go a little bit further. So this should be your goal before you start going towards 180. Once you can do this, you can start developing the muscles to control this. Okay, so now we're going to talk about developing strength where you need it to get your leg up and to be balanced in the process. So first, we're going to work on the leg muscle and the standing leg muscle. So we're gonna take out the necessity to work on balance. So I'm gonna hold on to a chair or a wall or the back of a couch or a friend or a super obedient dog. I'm gonna hold on to it, 2 hands, 1 hand, depending on where your balance is, and I'm gonna extend my side kick out. Now from this position, great, you can hold it. But now we want to gain a little bit higher strength there. So we're gonna do a little bit of dynamic stretching with muscle control here. So I'm gonna try to lift the leg up and bounce like this. And as I bounce, I wanna try to get a little bit higher every time. And you'll feel this muscle right here start to get really sore as you do this. And as you do it, don't sacrifice keeping an erect posture with your upper body. If you start leaning down this way to try to get higher, then you're sacrificing balance. Because as soon as my head goes down, my body is gonna go this way, and I'm gonna have to do a front flip. And I'm sure GNT can show you that one. So you got your leg up here, and you're practicing you're pumping the leg up and down, keeping upper body erect. You can feel that here and here, and also a little bit down here. So this is a great drill to start developing that strength at a greater range of motion. So another great drill to start getting your leg higher. Let's say you can kick waist level. You have the flexibility, but for some reason you just can't get your leg much higher than your waist. You can take a chair like this, and you can put a pad on top of the end, or you can put it on the back of a couch or what have you. So from this position, I'm here. Now my goal is to lift the leg higher than the chair and hold it for 5 seconds before I put it back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. This is good for balance as well. Make sure you keep your hips turned over, pivoted, and keep your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. And try to get higher and higher every time you go. You can even mark your level on a wall or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 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 Any level is fine. And then do the other leg. Okay, so another great drill for developing balance at this high level is doing crunches, but doing them in a side kick position. What? I know, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my foot on the wall. So I'm gonna pivot my foot away from the wall, jam my side kick, and just put it on the wall as high as I can. Now this isn't gonna work my leg, but the leg muscles aren't the only things you need to develop a high controlled kick. It's the core, the abdominal muscles, and the standing leg muscles. So this is really gonna work that. So I have my leg up here, I have a good average, little high flexibility there, almost a split. So now what I'm gonna do is take this hand and touch the floor on this side. Then take this hand and try to touch my foot on the other side, here. And, do 10 or 15 repetitions of this, keeping your hips turned over and trying not to fall. And this is excellent for core and inner leg here. And this will definitely help you get balance and control in your high section side kick. So one of my favorite drills, once you have the flexibility, you've done the stretching, you've done the drills on the wall, you've developed some of that strength, we can take the drills to a more advanced level. You could take a really cool, super tall bag like this, or if you have one of the adjustable Wave Masters or a bob, you can use those as well, just adjust them to their higher height. This is a good level for this drill. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pivot my foot, I'm gonna side kick, and my goal is to put my foot right on top of the bag like this. So now I'm here. This isn't a 180-degree side kick, but we're gonna do the same drill we did on the chair here. So once I have some control in this position, and I'm not falling over, and keeping my upper body erect, my hands are up, my goal now is to lift this foot off the pad for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, I lost my balance. Whew. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. And doing this, I'm developing that core control, and you'll feel it a lot, like I've been saying, in this standing leg. So drills that work this are gonna be just as important as drills that work this. So this is an awesome drill to help you get control over that high section side kick. I recommend doing 10 sets of these on each leg, at least every other day. The next drill for the high side kick is to actually try to hit a target. I mean, you can use a high side kick to break a board, maybe 2. It's not the most powerful kick, but there is some thrusting force to it. It might be a little higher than my leg goes, but we'll see. Yeah. And then when you hit it, for this particular kick, because it's a demonstration kick, you want to hold it for a second. So if you can kick it and hold it against the pad for a couple of seconds. What's up? See if I can kick it out of his hand if I'm an inch lower here. Ready? He's got a good grip. Ready? And there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. And I just want to leave you with one thought here. This kick is daunting. You look at it, it's like, oh my God, I'll never be able to do that. But that's not the case. Anyone who puts the time and energy in can eventually be able to do this. For some people, it may be easier than others. There is a genetic predisposition for flexibility, but that doesn't mean that everyone can't get there eventually. For some people, it takes more time. If you start older, it takes more time, of course. But it is not impossible. As long as you have 2 legs and you don't have like an injury that prevents you from stretching, or broken bones or something like that, then you will eventually be able to do this if you put the time and energy in. The drills I've shown you are not easy. Repetition is the mother of learning. The more you do it, the closer you're gonna get. And if you start to stagnate, don't keep doing the same thing. Try other drills or variations of the drills. And eventually, you'll start making progress. With that said, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and it has been a huge honor getting to work with Ginger Ninja Trickster here today.
Yep, very great information, amazing drills. I hope you've learned something today, I'm sure you have. Be sure to follow Simon Scher on his Instagram, Simon Kicker, and also his YouTube channel. Thank you for your support, Team GNT, peace.